Hello, veteran Call of Duty players, and welcome new players. Modern Warfare is a sandbox, and that means there's a lot of silly, fun, and tactically interesting things you can learn to do. Some of it pretty unexpected. The Modern Warfare 2 beta is no different. So let's get started with 18 things you didn't know about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Beta Edition. Number 1. You played Warzone already. Congratulations, how was it? Modern Warfare 2019 did this clever thing where Warzone's first map for Dansk was just made up of all the other maps that players have been grinding away on since launch, and Modern Warfare 2 looks to be no different. The Seraph Bay map that you played on in the beta? Oh, hello there, Seraph Bay on the Warzone map, including this observatory. I mean, you didn't really play Warzone so much as in the space. But you did mess around with one of Warzone 2.0's new ideas called Strongholds, which are areas full of bots and high-tiered loot. Modern Warfare 2019's Warzone also had limited time big team battle modes, so maybe the circle didn't close, but you've sort of done it. And as an update to this video, they've now confirmed it in a blog post that you were testing the Warzone map. Number 2. Attention to detail, baby. The Modern Warfare series is known for some great animations and attention to detail. Even though some parts of the beta were technically rough, like streaming textures not loading well on my PS4 Pro, a lot of the core goodness was there. For example, if you inspect your weapon, they have different animations depending on what kind of bullets you loaded. For example, regular versus hollow point bullets appear different. Or if you inspect your weapon with one bullet left, the magazine is dry, but there's one in the chamber. Some of these were broken in the beta, but we'll give it to them. They've got some time to fix it. 3. Getting stabby. More than just gun animations switch depending on what you have in your loadout. If you melee normally, you use your rifle butt, but if you have a throwing knife equipped, you'll use that instead. While we're here, the game also seems to have different execution animations depending on if they're standing or on the ground self-reviving. Number 4. So much around vehicles. I'm a Battlefield guy, so this one really gets me going. You can attach so many things to them, some of which were in Modern Warfare 2019 and the first Warzone. For starters, you can attach the trophy system, which will stop incoming rockets and projectiles. It's a little different. In Modern Warfare 2, it vanishes after a set time, unlike how it would just hang around until it was used up in Warzone. This could be a balance change. You can also stick cameras to your vehicle for a cinematic view. Landmines can go on the hood, not really sure what that does, and other field upgrades, throwables, and tacticals can be attached to varying degrees of effect. You can jeep stuff like in Battlefield. It seems to detonate right after you jump out, so you kind of have to time it right. Number 5. Hang on. Walls aren't the only thing you can hang out on, peek over, and shoot from if you have a pistol equipped in the beta. You can straight up hang off the sides of vehicles and do your best Mirror's Edge impression. This could come in clutch later on when Warzone 2.0 launches, letting you get on top of vehicles quickly or roll with a full squad plus several more people on the outside. Number 6. Hop on. You might be used to jumping onto the back of an enemy cargo truck in Warzone and dispatching the driver. You can do it again here. Jump onto moving vehicles and shoot down through the turret to get the people inside. Number 7. Want to play a little shell game? If you're under fire while inside a vehicle, rapidly switch seats to get out of the way. While you're there, you can either shoot out from the inside or now lean out to fire or deploy gadgets. Enemies won't know what you're about to do, but between the two options, people really don't expect you to stay inside and simply shoot out. If your vehicle has some armor left, it's much faster than having to hop out, get reoriented, and then engage the enemy. You can also shoot straight through the glass of the vehicle you're in, or through glass of broken down vehicles around the map. Number 8. Gadgets have other uses. A lot of the gadgets in Modern Warfare 2 have planned and unplanned secondary uses, and the game keeps its attention to detail here as well. Release a proximity mine underwater, and it floats to the surface to wait for boats. But throw a drill charge or thermite, and it fizzles out and sinks. Smoke will also float to the surface before making clouds. The inflatable decoy will hilariously take the pose of a swimmer. You can also float spawn flares here. Make sure to do it under dock so people don't notice where you put them. Deployable barricades in Modern Warfare 2019 could be used to climb to places you couldn't reach normally, and that seems to have been removed in this game, but you can still use a loadout drop to do the same thing. This is important because you can't seem to open doors to climb up to higher places also like you could in 2019. I'm still testing to see if you can launch things with a dummy, and so far I've gotten it to slightly lit vehicles and also murk me, but I honestly can't wait for the video when someone walks into a room and like 20 of these things go off. Number 9. Drone Bomber. By equipping C4 and the field upgrade Recon Drone, you can send a deadly little package of love to whatever sniper is bothering you. Hello Battlefield. Currently you can only attach one C4 per run, but it totally works. Number 10. Frisbee Golf. You can huck proximity mines like a frisbee. All you gotta do is sprint or jump right before throwing them. This lets you chuck them over walls. Number 11. Learn the routes. This is an Infinity Ward Call of Duty game, so that means plenty of unexpected places to climb and interesting ways to reach areas you might not think. Make sure to explore the map to find places you can get to in clever ways, or look for great vantage points like inside this sign on Seraph Bay. Number 12. Master your inner dolphin. If you time it right, you can dolphin dive straight through glass windows into buildings, off high rooftops, into water, or over low cover. It's a great way to surprise people. Number 13. Side chute. If you want to parachute a greater distance in Modern Warfare 2019, what you do is you leap, go into third person, and drift sideways. After a few tests in Modern Warfare 2, it seems like it still works. It might not be quite as effective as before, but I recommend trying it. Number 14. First downgrades, maybe? This is still just a beta, so take this section with the idea that things might change or are supposed to change from a beta before launch. Despite in preview events vehicles being described as having multiple parts that can be damaged and blown off, like doors, windows, etc., bumpers, and then repaired back, after going back through my footage, I realized I did see these things as I was playing, but they just weren't that impressive or impactful. There's probably a distinction to make here between vehicles you can drive and those just scattered around the maps. But even those just scattered around, they were less destructible on battle maps than core maps. We shot out tires, broke windows, took off mirrors, and encountered some strange floating mechanics that just didn't quite line up with the complex damage models that were described in preview events. We'll just have to see if it winds up being a downgrade or something only in Warzone 2.0. But that runs on the same engine, so it's hard to say. There were some other early features that might have been cut from the game, like the ability to fine-tune attachments. Number 15. Working as intended, maybe. If vehicles are coming at you, you're supposed to be able to make them go haywire with a shock stick or shut them down with DDoS. It's hard to tell if this is working as intended, because in the beta, vehicles just seem to carry on as if they didn't register the hit, or maybe their momentum just carried them forward and the effect ended so quickly that it was barely noticeable. Summer, who covers Call of Duty on our team, noticed shock sticks did temporarily stall APCs, but didn't even phase tanks. Still, don't be that person who throws the shock stick inside the car, like me, which I did. Totally on purpose. To make things a little bit trickier with balance, seemed like proximity mines and shoulder-fired rockets all seem to need 2 or more solid hits to take down even lighter armored trucks. Number 16. Drill baby drill. You've probably hit plenty of cover with drill charges, but it works on floors and ceilings also. If you see someone on radar who's not on your level, there's a little arrow on the radar that shows if they're above or below you. Go ahead and toss a drill charge on the floor or ceiling. It is so satisfying. Drill charges will also force all occupants out of vehicles or they will explode inside. In addition, drill charges surprisingly work on competitive modes like Search and Destroy, which in the past have had impenetrable objectives. Very Rainbow Six Siege of them. Number 17, Killstreaks, kill streaks. If that pesky VTOL jet is giving you a hard time and you have your kill streak earned, you can take care of it. In Modern Warfare 2019, both cruise missiles and cluster strikes could blow up VTOL jets, with players even demonstrating that cruise missiles could take down an AC-130 if you were fast enough. We're still testing this out in the beta, but at minimum we've already demolished a VTOL with an AC-130 and a mortar strike. While we're here, if you've ever heard the dreaded missile incoming warning, if you have a trophy system, toss that down and it will stop that kill streak. Number 18, the Eye of Sauron. There's a lot of smoke that happens from explosions on the battlefield, and you can harness the power of that literal fog of war by packing a thermal scope. The hybrid sights didn't seem to work, but dedicated thermal optics can see right through that smoke, including smoke you intentionally put in front of you with a smoke grenade. It's dirty, but it works. As we get into the main game, we'll look for some counters, like how hot flares and thermite might make it hard to see. Man, this game has a fun sandbox. Veteran players, tell us what we missed in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the beta, because we're diving deeper as we get into the multi-week launch of Campaign, Multiplayer, Spec Ops, Warzone 2.0 with DMZ, and whatever raids wind up being. Let's go! Thanks for watching.